Archaeologists cracked the case of 1700-year-old Roman eggs. Two of the eggs broke open during excavation, but one remains intact. When archaeologists excavated a 1700-year-old settlement in central England, they got a literal whiff of the past after accidentally breaking open eggs dating back to the Roman occupation of Great Britain. As the researchers report in a new monograph published by Oxford Archaeology, the team unearthed the chicken eggs at Bury Fields, an ancient community located along a Roman road called Akerman Street, while conducting excavations between 2007 and 2016. According to a press release, the eggs were among a trove of rare items recovered from waterlogged pit. The gaping hole preserved organic items that would have otherwise deteriorated in the soil, including a rare wooden basket, leather shoes, and wooden vessels and tools. 3 of the 4 eggs were intact upon discovery, but 2 cracked during retrieval, releasing a pungent rotten egg smell. One of the fragile vessels emerged from the pit intact and is now being hailed as the only complete Roman egg ever found in Britain. There's a very good reason it's the first and only find in the UK, dig project manager Stuart Foreman tells the Independent's Chiara Giordano. In a pit that has been waterlogged for thousands of years, you get things that would never survive in a dry environment, but it's incredible we even got one out. They're so fragile. So why were the eggs in the pit in the first place? Per the press release, archaeologists think the pit was originally used for malting grain to brew beer between the 2nd and 3rd centuries. By the end of the 3rd century, however, the pit had been transformed into a wishing well of sorts, with people tossing in coins or other objects as small sacrifices to the gods. Speaking with the Times Mark Bridge, archaeologist Edward Biddulph says the eggs and breadbasket found in the pit may represent food offerings tossed into the well as part of a funeral procession or religious ceremony. Passers-by would perhaps stop to throw in offerings to make a wish for the gods of the underworld to fulfill, he adds. The Romans associated eggs with rebirth and fertility for obvious reasons. According to Biddulph, archaeologists have found chicken bones and broken eggshells in Roman graves before, but the Bury Fields find is the first complete specimens of its kind unearthed in Britain to date. The eggs have been carried with funerary procession, says Biddulph. The procession stopped at the pit, where a religious ceremony took place, and the food offerings were cast into the pit for the spirits of the underworld in the hope of the rebirth. The well was abandoned during the 4th century, and the area around it was later converted to agricultural land, reports BBC News. As the Independent's Giordano writes, the only other intact Roman-era chicken egg known to survive today was found grasped in the hand of a child buried in the city of Rome back in 2010. For now, the British egg is safely ensconced in an acid-free tissue paper-lined box housed at Oxford Archaeology's headquarters. It will soon go on view at the local Buckinghamshire County Museum. According to a separate press release, the Bury Fields team found traces of other trades and crafts in the area, as well as evidence testifying to the importance of livestock, and in particular, horses. The archaeologists also found evidence of funerary activity, including a site that may have been used as a funeral pyre.